Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Friday the 13th. It's about 5 to 7 p.m. My day is winding down here pretty quick. It's been a good day here today. We got a little bit to cover. Speaking of cover, I'm kind of undercover right now. The wind is just god-awful. It has been since this morning, actually since last night. But it's kind of a good evil, for lack of better words. We have had a significant meltdown, including 12 hours of rain yesterday. So last night's freeze up, cooler temperatures today with this high wind is a very welcome treat. We are experiencing an early spring here in the UP of Michigan. This is very abnormal for this time of year. It's very welcomed as long as it doesn't mean that we're going to get blasted with 3 feet of snow 2 weeks from now. Yeah, spring is in full force, but here we are, and we call this the hay shed. It's just our lingo. I think the reason we do that is because we used to stack this thing significantly with square bales of hay. What you're looking at here is an unfinished product of a maternity pen. This is getting built back up and getting ready tomorrow afternoon. Of course, tomorrow is Saturday. A lot of you that keep up with the channel know how I feel about Saturday. It's kind of the holy grail of catching up, keeping up, and extras and all this, that, the other thing. In fact, I've got, if you keep up with the channel, you might remember the name George. George helps me out significantly with, especially when it comes time for bale wrapping. I'm lucky enough to have him come on over tomorrow for the entire afternoon, and we're gonna catch up on probably 20 or 30 different little items. We're going to move some animals out of the barn into the young stock lot, which we're going to take a look at here in 2 seconds. We are going to finish this maternity pen by just moving this other 18-foot gate here, taking apart some other gates, basically confining this area, putting down a bunch of straw, getting a stock tank in here, a feed bunk for grain, and just getting everything ready. It won't be but about another 3 weeks. Now, I'm not ready. In 3 weeks, I'm not going to start calving. Calving's coming in about, I need a calendar in front of me, for God's sakes. I can't keep up with the months and days. But I do have 3 cows that I'd purchased last year. Actually, 3 cows, a second calving cow, some older ones, and a heifer. Anyway, 3 of them are going to be calving here in about 3 weeks. So it's going to be wise to put them in here because God only knows what the conditions are going to be. Speaking of conditions, anybody that wants to leave a comment about the mess and manure and sloppiness, feel free to leave comments. I got pretty thick skin. You need to understand there is one thing that I cannot control, and that is Mother Nature, especially in the springtime here in the UP of Michigan. Okay, I hope you can hear me. We've got some new additions here to this lot, and that is 5 red Angus heifers. There's one of them right there. I went and picked these up at 1 o'clock today. This is kind of a deal. There's 2 more right here. I reached an agreement with a fellow beef producer multiple weeks ago. I don't believe I talked about it much. I wanted to wait till they were here. But anyway, we reached an agreement on price, a price that was good for him and a price that was good for me. And I decided to just go with 5. Just to add a little more color into this herd. Of course, I'm keeping back a lot of my heifers. Anything within breeding age is being kept back. And I saw it fit to pick up 5 extra heifers, red Angus, which will make a total of 15 red Angus here on the farm. Pretty good looking animals. I had my pick out of quite a few handful. I do not consider myself a cattleman. I've mentioned that before many times, but I believe I got the good ones out of the herd. So I'm pretty happy about it. Now he is red. That is not a new animal that just came here. This was a calf born on this farm this past spring to a black Angus cow, by the way, and was sired by a black Angus bull that I can only assume had some red in him. I don't have the whole story there. If you keep up with the channel, you'll probably remember that video. So anyway, pretty happy about it. They're getting acclimated. I was happy to see a few of them hit the grain ration this evening. So they're getting comfortable, and they're getting comfortable quick, which is great. That's a great thing. Pretty soupy and sloppy around here. There's another red Angus heifer, and there is the fifth one right there. They're working on a bale of alfalfa baleage I set out this morning, and in no time at all these days they're going through a bale quick. I'll be feeding them again tomorrow. Settle down. Including a new bale of dry hay. But yeah, things are getting pretty yucky around here, but it's nothing new. It happens every year. The other thing I plan on doing tomorrow with what I'm going to call the catch-up Saturday is removing a lot of this snow and trying to dig in here with the bucket, which, yeah, we'll see what happens. Just try and free things up just a little bit. I opted to leave all these gates closed except for the last one for them to walk into the shelter. And I probably shouldn't have done that because of obviously what we're seeing here. It deletes them walking in there, and now I've got my hands full. But whatever. So yeah, 5 new red Angus heifers. Like I said, I'm really happy about it. It's the only heifers or cattle in general that I have purchased this spring. Of course, I went on a rampage last year. Boy, that checkbook was hot. She was on fire. But it's all part of yunning up this herd and building and adding on to this farm. So yeah, I'm happy. Things are good. Right, buddy? So let's get out of this yard and into the barn here because the wind is too bad. In fact, I didn't even feed corn silage this morning for obvious reasons. Back of that barn is nothing but a whirlwind. She was pretty bad here today. It's actually calming down now. I gotta go on a bale run tomorrow morning while the ground is nice and crisp, frozen, kind of getting down a little bit. Well, that wind, they'll go right through you. I'm playing tough guy right now with a ball cap on. I can tell you right now, it's not very comfortable. But anyway, before we go jacking any further, it's Friday, also known as Shoutout Friday. And I got fumble fingers really, really bad. So, yeah, big happy Friday, everybody. My other phone's ringing. We're making a video, that's more important. Okay, let's get down to business here, folks. We are all pretty stinking lucky that there's these channels out there for your viewing, entertainment, pleasure. I continue, and it's not by accident, but continue to just run across some of these younger up and coming channels, which is what Shoutout Friday is intended for. It's not intended for those channels that are 10,000 plus, 5,000 plus subs. With all due respect, they're already established. So, all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very happy and proud and pleased to announce to you Megan Cochrell. Megan Cochrell. Megan, if I mispronounced your last name, I gravely apologize. Trust me, I know how that feels. Megan, M-E-G-A-N, Cochrell, C-O-C-H-R-E-L-L. Megan has 98 subs as of about an hour and a half ago. I was number 98. 11 videos for your viewing pleasure. Megan is a first generation farmer from Northeast Ohio. Megan's husband is an 8th generation farmer. They specialize in Angus cattle and chickens. I caught a couple glimpses of a small handful of videos on Megan's channel, and I'm here to tell you, I really like what I'm seeing, including equipment operation, dealing with the cattle, lots of calves, and I really think it's a good up and coming channel. She she does a very good job with the videos, editing, and everything else, and actually puts forth some good effort into this channel. It's up and coming. It's a young channel. Folks, join me if you would. Get on over there and let's show Megan our support, kind of welcome her into the farming family community of YouTube channels. And it's good stuff. Megan, keep it up. I think you're doing an awesome job. And I'm very proud and pleased to be able to add you into my YouTube channel arsenal of for my viewing pleasure. Of course, I'm not one for TV hardly anymore, except for a good Western here and there, and maybe a good movie or catch a couple episodes of The Office, which I am a big fan of The Office. Other than that, it's YouTube channels and keeping up. So, Megan, keep it up. Good stuff. Okay, folks, another thing that we're doing here tomorrow on the Get Ahead Saturday is these 3 beautiful heifers are moving out into the young stock lot. Right? Huh? Yeah. You run into me when I'm cleaning your pen, but now you're going to act like you're scared. This barn had a full barn cleaning here this morning. It might not look like it, but it did. Basically, when I say that, we ran the barn cleaner. Now let's talk about the barn cleaner. Welcome to spring here on this farm. This is nothing. And yes, water in the barn cleaner plays absolute hell in the discharge going outside. This is definitely, when there's water in the barn cleaner, it is a 2-person operation. At the very least, a person is standing there watching it and forking some manure if needed and ready to shut the cleaner off if needed. Otherwise, it's a disaster. One of the things we do here is that nice little pump right there. I couldn't even tell you how old that pump is. It just keeps going and going and going. For example, I ran that I turned that on at about 5:45 a.m. this morning. It ran till 7 o'clock. Ran it again for another half hour or better before barn cleaning took place. And then tonight I ran it for about an hour. And it does a good job. It works, it helps. But yeah, as you can see, the collection of water. Now here's the deal. There's no water flowing into this barn. It's coming up into it. And we deal with this every year. Some years are significantly bad. Some years, not so much. But this is definitely an early start to this business. I hope this is a good sign of things to come, that spring is here. It's for the most part staying here. Quit all that. Knock it off. Don't you charge me. Don't you dare. Ah, you idiots. It's Friday 13th. Quit all that. Showing off for this movie, aren't you? Knock that off. Hey. Oh, Lordy. All right. These two here. Hey, quit it. Quit it. My yelling doesn't help much. I'm actually acting a fool right now. That doesn't help anything. You need to understand they are roughhousing and playing, but that huffing and puffing at me and doing that at me, I do not like that. Boys will be boys, I guess. All right. These two are doing just fine. These two were castrated last weekend. If you remember that video, they're doing just fine. They're on the mend. They're roughhousing, especially the devil here at 3002. It has disappeared, but I'm going to say that he's still healing up. But I guess we'll just say that testosterone has kind of gone bye-bye. But we're going to give him another week and see how he's acting. I don't know. Quit it! Quit it! So those three heifers back there are heading out into the unstock lot. Then I'm going to take three of these. Probably these three minus 1067. Yeah, 1067. 1067 is probably, that's a heifer right there, is probably going to head out into the unstock lot. These last three here are going to take those three's place. Therefore, this pen is completely open. I know I went through this last week. And then at some point, hopefully a week from now, once everything's good, calm, and healed up, and these two, which used to be bulls but are now steers, they're going to hit the unstock lot as well. So there'll be two open pens here, and kind of go from there. I need to get my bulls out of the yard, and I'm intending to put them here for the time being. So, anyway. You really need to understand that they are calm as a cucumber for the most part. That's why I kept them bulls. That's why they stayed bulls. Me in here jibber-jabbering and talking, they're not used to that. That, and they're doing a little roughhousing, playing around. So, anyway. No harm, no foul. It's all right. These two guys continue to do just well. They're doing real fine. Definitely looking at adding to these pens tomorrow. Basically, we're on a 3-day regiment for cleaning this barn. So that means, you know, starting this morning, they got all fresh bedding after a complete pen cleaning. Tomorrow and Sunday, boy, it's Friday the 13th. Tomorrow and Sunday, I'm just simply going to add bedding to these pens, probably a good half bale or such. So, anyway. Yeah. I don't normally get into all this, but just got my my new bottle of Multi-Min 90. I still got a quarter to a third bottle left over from last year that is still good according to the date on it. Last year I opted and decided to multi-min every calf that hit the ground. Did it make a difference? I got to be honest with you, I think so. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to continue to use it. I'm going to continue to use it this year, obviously. I got a new bottle. Very quite simply, the calf gets 1 mil. Just one little small little mil. And I don't know if you can read that. But yeah, I plan on multi-minning everything hitting the ground this year as well. So we all got our things. We all got our things to believe in. Some stuff is excessive, some isn't. I do believe that this is a difference maker, especially for you know, starting off the health of a brand new young calf. And I don't know, but anyway. Oh, geez. It's after 7. Friday nights, Friday 13th. Folks, that's about it here. Let's have a little shout out and a cheers to Uncle Fred. Fred, you old dirty dog, you. Oh, boy. Oh, I might have to go bark at the moon tonight. No, Ben, no. Nope, I got a big day tomorrow. And there's no room for any of that nonsense. So, as usual, continue to be very happy with this round-baled soybean straw. It works a heck of a lot better than the square-baled soybean straw. It's still good stuff if you're in a pinch. It's a beautiful plan B. Very happy with it. Obviously, for the inside of the barn, I'm impressed for a plan B. So, yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. You know, speaking of which, I'm not putting any small grains in this year. Oats or barley. Wheat, you won't find a whole lot of that up here. So I need to start cracking the books now, of course, for my my straw needs. Start doing some talking to some people and kind of seeing what's available out there for, you know, stumpage. I do intend to round bale up. I'd like to round bale up 30 or 40 bales of soybean straw. But of course, I definitely like to look at about 1,000 plus of either oat or barley, which has become a pretty big novelty up here. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. I don't know. What do you think, buddy? Huh? What do you think? What do you think? So anyway, folks, that's it for this Friday evening. I got a little bit of sunlight left. I'd say maybe another half hour or better. And I'm going to bide my time in the machine shed, kind of sorting and organizing some stuff. And anything else I can get my hands on and get prepared for a big day tomorrow. I can guarantee a video at the end of the day tomorrow. Kind of show you what George and I did, show you the movement of the cattle. I wish I could give you something a little more exciting, but there's not a whole lot going on right now. And who knows, maybe even a silage video in the morning if this wind calms down. Otherwise, I can't feed it. But please, once again, join me. 24-minute video, 25-minute video. Once again, join me in getting on over to Megan Cochrell, Cochrell, her channel. And folks, I'm seeing some really good stuff, and I'd appreciate it if you help me out and go on over there and show Megan our support and welcome her to the farming community of YouTube channels. So it's really good stuff. Folks, got to get going. Glad to have you back. Look forward to seeing you again tomorrow, and we're going to talk to you sooner than later.